the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the ACC, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Horned Frogs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking for a man. It's Durant. He's taking the shot. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
A lot of offensive coordinators script their first 18 to 15 plays. Who needs it? Forget that. Just come out and score right away. First possession, you put points on the board. You create some momentum for this offense and for this season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wants to go up top on first down. The screen, he can go. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. This time it's complete. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
That was a third down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on third down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
Reads it, fires complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. It's now 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's the handoff. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. LSU quick to the line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. D showing blitz and might be bluffing. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Durant. Snagged out of the air. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. With the catch, it's Wells. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down.
How many 1st downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
The Tigers are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Running through contact. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Yeah, now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting box, and they need to get something together with this. There he goes! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Leaves it with the back. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
They're dealing with a second and long. A designed run for the quarterback. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw. It's Isaac. Back open in the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that third down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle, setting up for it.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. From that spot on the field, you're going to go for 4th and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that 4th and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this, and listen, let's play some offense. Let's have high octane. Let's put some points on the board. We're not kicking field goals. We're not punting. We're trying to score touchdowns.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off play action on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, TCU.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Isaac. Quarterback adapting. Complete to the right. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
He might want another play. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking to scramble. And into the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. The Horned Frogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Got his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, they're running the curl route against zone coverage, so the quarterback knows he's going to have to put that one on his receiver. And you saw the velocity and the arm talent this guy has. That was a missile.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Gonna look downfield again. Steps away. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Are you kidding me? I mean, that's really good defense to take away the pass and take away the big play, but the quarterback just makes absolutely something out of nothing, scrambles around, finds a way to get in for the touchdown.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Michigan has the lead right now, but unless Desmond Howard or Anthony Carter come running out of that tunnel, I'm not ready to say this one's over. They're up by 7 over Georgia. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting it second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off and scramble, move the sticks, get us first down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. The RPO, it's complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Durant. He's going to throw deep right side. Intercepted deep in his own end. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 30. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. Preseason rankings may not mean that much in the grand scheme of things, but the hype factor, man, off the charts when you start the season as the top dog.
Preseason #1 ranking, part of that because of the success last year, part of that because of the talent they have on the roster. But David, now you've got to go out and prove it. And I know this team has been very hungry and very excited to finally do that today.
Yeah, and you're the #1 team, so you're getting a lot of pats on the back, and I think the coach is going to be like, all right, listen, let's go earn this. This team has done nothing. We haven't earned anything. Today starts that march where we get to earn something.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. LSU lining up 1st and goal. He'll take it himself. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And at this point on the field, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost it.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, LSU.
They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Running back searching for a hole. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Shoots it to the left. Got him, and nobody's close. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Turning it on. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Quarterback keeper. Got the first down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Snags it. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it from the gun. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Trying to take it back. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw. It's Isaac. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Oh, he's got a chance. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. That'll bring him to within 4. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that...
Breaks into the open. Pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A big pickup on that run.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And the Horned Frog just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Might as well give it to him again. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. The screen, he's got wheels. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
To the air, it's Isaac. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
The Horned Frogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. And the Horned Frogs want to move quickly. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And an epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking downfield, it's Durant. Lost one deep down the right side. Caught at the 25. Off and running. Touchdown, LSU! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
And you're seeing the aggressiveness by the offensive coordinator on the first play of the 2nd half. They take a shot and score a touchdown. You know they talked about this all halftime. They were just waiting for this opportunity. They knew coming out they were going to get the look they got defensively and take advantage of it, and it comes up big with a touchdown.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Fires to the big fella. It's a fumble! And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Offense changing the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
To the air, it's Isaac. Throws to the back. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He's loose. He's at the touchdown, Tiger. He got it loose, and it was lights out after that. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Makes the catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Bringing the heat. Got his man to the left. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Yeah, I tell you what, these big-bodied tight ends that can catch the football in the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You know, usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, and he'll do the rest.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I like the quarterback's thought process on this one because you're just going to your best player, looking for your best matchup. This guy one-on-one is a nightmare to cover. Outstanding route running, and he's got great hands as well. This quarterback is going to be looking his way a lot in this game.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Malls. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down, but when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Horned Frogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Got enough space. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
He'll set up to throw. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Gets the back moving. Back to pass. It's Durant. Gets it to the back. Looking for room at the 40. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some space. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Wants to throw on third. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Interesting play call for this offense, man. A slow developing screen on a third and short when a defense is a little bit aggressive and it doesn't work. And it's easy to question after the fact, obviously, right, guys? Like, it didn't work, but I don't love that play call when I know a defense will be really aggressive on third and short.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. He is stopped short, and isn't that going to make things interesting?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Off the play fake on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. He's open on the right. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. The screen, and watch out. Push down for the tackle.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. Into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Finds some fresh air. Ooh, there he goes. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Gets it out to the 40-yard line, give him 5 on that one. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. LSU will get a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
And the Tigers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll try it over the left side. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And this offense has got to get somewhere. Right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Tigers! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. From the wide receiver. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Isaac. Moving out of the pocket. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 first down ends this football game.
They'll try to sneak the wide receiver past him on 1st and goal. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the doorstep, 1st and goal at the 1. Power ahead. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This play, the cake will be baked. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Oh, it's a fumble. And the offense gets the ball back. The clock hits 0, and the owner will also take the loss.